Hi, my name is Chip Parker. I'm a consumer bankruptcy attorney from Jacksonville, Florida. Today I'm going to talk to you about how you can wipe out a second mortgage in Chapter 13 bankruptcy. In Chapter 13 bankruptcy, you can file a lawsuit to wipe out a second mortgage on your home, which includes a home equity line of credit, if that second mortgage is wholly unsecured. What that means is that if the first mortgage is greater than the value of the property, then the second mortgage is wholly unsecured. So if that is your situation, Chapter 13 might be an ideal solution to reduce your mortgage payments and save your home. So in Chapter 13, an adversary proceeding is filed and against the second mortgage company. The second mortgage company has a set period of time in which to file a response. And what you allege in that adversary proceeding is that the value of the house is worth less than what is owed on the first. Therefore, there's no equity for the second mortgage. Now, if the defendant, which is the second mortgage company, fails to file a responsive pleading, then you can seek a default. And in that particular case, the second mortgage company is essentially agreeing, yes, we have no equity and we are okay with becoming wholly unsecured. In the state of Florida, in many cases, that second mortgage is so underwater that you won't see a second mortgage company even file a response. If it's close, they might. Now, how do you prove that the second mortgage company is wholly underwater if they do file a response disputing that fact with you in your adversary proceeding? Well, it's quite simple. First of all, I would say go to the property appraiser's website in the county in which your property is located and see what the property appraiser says. If the property appraiser says that there is no equity for the second mortgage based upon the fair market value of the property, well, that's evidence right there. I mean, you could subpoena the property appraiser to come and testify at your bankruptcy hearing. Another way, which is really ideal, is to hire an appraiser for a few $100s. That appraiser will go out to your home and do an FHA certified appraisal using comparables and everything necessary to render an expert opinion, which is exactly what that appraiser is. That appraiser is an expert on the value of your home. And if that expert says that there is no equity for the second mortgage, then you've got a great case. Now, understand that in closed cases, the second mortgage company is probably going to go out and hire their expert. And that expert is probably going to come back and say that there is equity for the second mortgage. Don't know how that always works that way, but that's the way it works. So you end up having a hearing. And that hearing essentially is going to have two witnesses. The appraiser hired by the bank or the second mortgage company, and the appraiser hired by you, the debtor. And essentially, the judge is going to decide, based upon the testimony of these expert witnesses, whether or not there is a single dollar of equity. Now, if there's a single dollar of equity left over for the second mortgage company, the entire second mortgage is valid. You can't cram it down to just a dollar. The entire second mortgage is valid. So, how effective is this tool? It's very effective in Chapter 13 because in many cases, the problem that people face is that they're in an adjustable rate mortgage, or they're in maybe a higher interest rate loan, and that second mortgage is just too much to handle. So in many cases, wiping out that second mortgage will free up enough of your disposable income to make that first mortgage payment and save your home. So, in conclusion, you can definitely use Chapter 13 to wipe out a second mortgage, and you should definitely meet with an attorney who will discuss exactly how this works and the cost involved with doing such a thing. The easiest way to get a hold of me is by email. Once again, my name is Chip Parker, and my email address is parker@jaxlawcenter.com. That's JAXLAWCENTER.com. Thanks for listening.